Hi, everyone. I'm Big Al with Country Music News International. We're going to talk with Grammy Award winning Jeff Cohen. Jeff has a new song out called All the Light. Just a great song along with the video. But who is Jeff Cohen? I know a lot of you probably don't know a lot about him because he's kind of like a behind the scenes guru. So, Jeff, great to have you on Country Music News International.
Well, thank you. Well, welcome. Thanks for having me. I mean, it was great when the guys called and said that you wanted to talk. I was like, yeah, I'd love to. Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Well, you're very welcome. So, let's get right to it. You have won other awards, I think about six BMI awards for your
Mhm.
songwriting abilities. Your
Yeah.
songs have been all over the globe. I mean, superstars have recorded your music. You've been in TV and commercials. Kind of give everybody an idea all about that you've done in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I actually started late. I started well, not late, but I mean, I didn't become a professional writer till I was almost 34. And yeah, I was very lucky. My first break was working on a TV show called Jack and Jill, where I had the theme song and did about 27 songs on that show, and that led to Dawson's Creek and One Tree Hill and Ed and some other cool shows that we got songs on. And then I got lucky and got on a few movies like Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and Aquamarine and Stuart Little 2 and stuff like that. And then the other thing I did was I found two artists and kind of helped develop them. One was named Teitur, who's from Denmark, who went on to become one of the biggest stars in Scandinavia. And then these two guys named Evan and Jaron, who basically let me work with them, and they got a record deal. And Jaron and I wrote a bunch of songs that helped them get their deal, and they took off, and that got me kickstarted. So next thing I knew, I had an opportunity to keep doing it.
Well, I know one TV show you didn't mention, which I just kind of giggled when I seen it, was The Simpsons.
Oh
And
yeah.
I thought that was pretty cute. But you've also done a lot of big commercials, international commercials, haven't you?
Yeah, I got super lucky. Two Christmases ago, we did the Samsung Christmas earbuds commercial, and my friends in London were taking pictures on at Piccadilly Circus. It was on the big screen there in rotation, and what was as cool, if not cooler, was I was watching the football games with my mom at home um, during the Christmas break, and I was in the kitchen making some snacks for us. And my mom's like, "Isn't that your song?" And I came running back in, and there was our commercial on Fox or CBS, whatever station it was. So yeah, we had that, and we did the Dignity Healthcare commercial this year. I've done the Timex commercial. It's
Yeah,
We're all over the place, man.
you sure are. Kind of behind the scenes, but yet all over the globe. So the song All the Light, you co-wrote that song. So tell us about the song and the co-writers.
Yeah, it's actually a really interesting one. I started that one during lockdown. And I was just, I mean, we had a lot more time on our hands, and I was basically in a this place where we're in right now by myself, and I just have been talking to so many people, and I just had this idea that a lot of people felt alone. A lot of people felt that there was no one there for them, and I had this feeling that it's like, no, 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 there are more people who are there. You might not see them, they might not be in front of you, but there are people who in this world who genuinely want to see you shine. They want the best for you. And if you do slip a little bit, or you're scared, or you're falling, either they will be there for you or hear their voice in the back of your head and know that they're there. And that's where I started writing that from. And I wrote the chorus, and I love the chorus. I'm like, I'm not touching that, but I didn't like the verses as much. So I called my friend Paul Duncan, who lived in LA, and he's one of my favorite co-writers. And Paul has, I mean, he's written, just if you guys don't know Paul Duncan, he wrote a bunch. He wrote Rolling Stone for Lauren Daigle. He did a lot of the Lauren Daigle record, Jordan Felice, you name it. I mean, he's a monster writer. But I really, as a songwriter, there are certain writers you just have a chemistry with, and that certain writers I would trust an idea. if I brought it in. And I thought to Paul, I knew two things. On a business front, on a creative front, I knew Paul, I thought would get what I'm trying to go for. And on a business front, I also knew there were a lot of other artists that he works with. So I thought it could be kind of cool if the song went great. He has a great publisher. Paul is so respected. Someone might hear a song that we both did and might cut it. Because as a songwriter, our goal is for a major artist to cut the song. So we ended up doing a bunch of lines on the verses, but I never really loved the chords I came up with for the verses. I just didn't think they were good enough. And I had been writing a bunch with one of my favorite artists named Jem Bostic. And we had wrote a few songs. We'd been doing a bunch of shows together. And during one of our sessions, I showed it to her and I said, you know, Jen, I think this is a really good song, but the verses are bothering me. Something's wrong here. And Jen said, play it for me, play it. And I said, can we just take the music out? What do you hear? And Jen started playing that beautiful piano that became the verses. So we took basically, you know, some of the lines I originally had, we took 2 or 3 lines that Paul came up with. Then Jen helped me finish 2 or 3 lines and we finished the verses. And all of a sudden, I liked the song. And I'm like Jen bringing that piano into it, to me, really gave the song the life it needed. And 2 or 3 of those lines that Paul had added to what I had, I thought really, really were such impactful lines. And then I went to record it and I'm like, song needs a bridge. And we were in the studio and I'm just like messing around in the other room. And I'm like, whoa, 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 and you're standing in the shadows. And I ended up just doing that in one take and then went back and tweaked the lyric and came back in the studio and changed a word or two. And next thing we knew, we had the song done. And one of my good friends, him and his wife, I had played it for them. And he just happened to be the co-writer of most of the Sheryl Crow hits, Jeff Trott, who is now currently producing Sarah Evans, who is, you know, he's doing, and I've heard what he's doing. I mean, people are going to love this record. He is, I mean, talk about feel. Like when Jeff Trott picks up a guitar and starts playing, you know it's Jeff Trott. I mean, and it's just good. And he offered to produce. So Jeff invited me to his studio and we recreated the song and we produced the version you're hearing was Jeff Trott producing that. And ironically, that's him and his wife in the video too.
The song is called All the Light. And you can get that song, I'm sure, on any download platform around the world. But everybody, before Jeff and I came on the air, there was one thing that I mentioned about that song that really hit me. That song was so simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's a deep song, and it makes you want to sing along with it. It puts a smile on your face. You can be all wound up, or you can just kind of smooth out. Hear that song and you want to sing with it. So I think the simple part of that song is just fabulous.
But thanks. I mean, and that was the thing. I mean, I think sometimes it's hard to write just a simple song. I mean, to me, like, why complicate it? It was a thought. It was an honest emotion. And as I said before, I love writing something that people can connect with. And then if they can sing along to it, even better. You know, as I said, Jen's back vocals, Jamie Hartman did a back vocal on that, which just gave it that rich tone. I never planned on it being a single, to be quite honest with you. It's the first single I've ever released as an artist. I mean, we did the music in the, 20 years ago for Dawson's Creek and One Tree Hill and those shows. And I put little record CDs, remember them? CDs out. But in the streaming era, I honestly thought if I'm going to release a first single, I knew I had a bunch of upbeat songs I'd recorded. And I'm like, no. Release a song that means something to you, that sets the tone for the project.
Well, let me ask this. You actually had planned for probably a major artist to record the song. You decided that you was going to go ahead and record it, and you was glad that you did. Is there some events in your life that connects you with the song All the Light?
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, is that when I put it out, um, my sister called me crying and said, "You wrote that for Dad," because my dad passed away a little over a year ago. Or 2 years ago now. God, it's 21. But so my sister, she heard the lyric being about my dad. And to me, there were elements of that in there. And there were also elements, as I said, about just everyone going through a difficult time and just wanted to just, in my own small way, just to say, hey, there's a bunch of people out there that have your back.
That song is, I think, going to affect everyone in a different way, whatever event that they've had in their life. Once again, the song All the Light. So let's talk about the video. Another, just a plain and simple and comfortable video. Where did you film that at?
We filmed it at Centennial. I mean, here's the thing, is that we were debating doing like a lyric video or doing a real video. And then I ended up getting a call from Leslie Fram, who is the head of, CMT. And she said, Jeff, I really love the song. It really moves me and my husband, and we've been listening to it. Have you made a video? And I said, well, we were planning to. It just, I mean, it had come out like that, like 2 days before. And she's like, well, hey, if you end up making a video, send it to us. I can't promise that we can use it, but if we can, I would love to. I love the song. So I called my friend, and we ended up shooting it in two separate shots at Golden Hour in Centennial Park in Nashville. Called a bunch of friends, and I'm like, you want to be in a video? I've never made one. And so we filmed a bunch of my friends, like the scenes. The young couple in the beginning are my neighbors who live down the hall. They had just gotten married a month or two before. And I'm like, here's your wedding gift. You guys are stars in the wedding. And then Jeff Trott and his wife were a couple in there. The couple that I watch football with every Sunday, they're there in the park. My friends were there with their kids. My friend Kelsey played, who's amazing. She played the girl at the end who held my hand. And originally we weren't going to show her. We were just going to show someone coming and grabbing my hand. So it was like, well, this guy, everyone else has someone. Is he by himself? Oh no, there's someone for him too. As you could tell, I mean, I've been in so many music videos because a lot of the main artists want me to be the Brad Pitt, the love interest in videos. I mean, most of this it's all for my looks. So now, dude, this is my first video I ever did, and I was really thinking about not being in it. I'm like, I don't know if they want a bald glasses dude in the video here. And all my friends were like, be in your video. And we just thought it would be really nice. And because Jen, besides being such a super talent, her contribution to the song just gave it such heart. I asked her if she would be in the video with me, and Trott, produced it. And I really wanted him to be in the video too. And Leslie and CMT ended up picking the video up. It's in rotation right now on CMT. A bunch of my friends have seen it, which is just, I didn't expect that. Come on, man. And Heartland picked it up. And now American Songwriter is doing a piece on me in January. Who knew, after all these years of writing for everybody else, I decided just to do something for myself. And and guys like you called. This was awesome, man. I appreciate you calling.
Oh, no. When I read all about it, I thought, I need to talk. He's done something, and he's doing something right now. I think when people like you will take the time to write a simple song that can affect everybody in every way, put a video out with it. By the way, everybody, you can go to YouTube, type in Jeff Cohen and All the Light, and you'll be able to watch that video just like I did, or watch CMT and watch it come up. I mean, I think it's just so nice just a great thing for somebody like you to do and give people a little bit of, the word I guess I would use, contentment out of all the chaos in the world, because that song will take you away from the world. But there is one question I got to ask you. I've watched that video more than one time. I won't tell you how many times, because I was sitting there trying to ponder about something. Your singing's beautiful. Everything on there is just beautiful. Your face, your expressions on your face, they look comfortable, but yet you look very serious. And I'm thinking, what is Jeff Cohen thinking when he is singing that song? Do you have any idea in your head what you were thinking on that
Yeah,
song?
that's a really cool question. One thing I was thinking was, damn, it was hot. It was incredibly, incredibly hot. It was about 90 something degrees, and I'm in a black shirt and jeans and boots, and I'm up there singing, and I am hot as hell up there. So that was in my mind. And I think I was a lot of things were going through my head when I was thinking. I was getting into the lyric, and I was just basically thinking about all the people in my life who were there for me, and it's interesting if you really watch. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly serious. I do crack a smile here and there, but if you
Mhm.
look at the end of the video, I smile as I'm walking off.
You let's call this song a song for champions. I believe that's what they put in the piece that I was looking at. And of course, the song deals with trials and tribulations, but I think that's the topper of the whole song. You with that little smile on your face, like, got it done. I can take my
Like,
shirt
I
off
did a
now.
video. I've never done one. I got it done. I did feel a little bit of that at the end. And I also, and that was, it wasn't planned. That was more of me just kind of at the end smiling and just being like, hey, it's going to be all right.
It'll be all right. Everybody, go pick the song up. All the Light. Go to YouTube or watch it on CMT. Get the video. Jeff Cohen, Grammy Award-winning songwriter. If everybody would like to find you and get a hold of you, where can they find Jeff Cohen?
Okay. My home address is, no, I'm kidding. I'm
Oh, I
kidding.
was going to. Oh, really? Let me get my pen on that one.
I'm kidding, man.
Wait, you got the phone number there too?
Yeah. Oh, man. Look on your face. You were like, no,
No,
no.
no, no, don't do that.
No one's ever done that on my interviews. Like, what are you thinking, man? Um, Instagram, Jeff Cohen Music, Facebook, Jeff Cohen Music. That's probably the best way to find it. I mean, you know, social media is it's a thing. So
Hey,
you
buddy.
kind of got to be on it right now and just embrace it. I mean, I don't take it too seriously, but if you look at it as a way to connect with friends, with people you don't know, and if it's a conduit or an avenue for more people to hear the music and me to make more friends, whether we even know each other or not, then that's a nice aspect of social media.
It is a win-win situation for
Yeah.
everybody.
Mhm.
All the Light, Jeff Cohen. Now make sure you go pick it up, everybody. If you're feeling a little bit down, go get it, because it's going to make you feel really, really good. Jeff, I certainly appreciate you taking the time to be with us.
Thanks. No, I appreciate it. This is the first single. We've recorded a bunch more. We're going to start putting them out every 6 weeks, every 2 months. And I'm just real excited to put music out there. I think that's the thing. It does no good in my computer. It does no good just in my head. Let's get it out there and start playing shows and just have fun and just get some music out there.
Are you going to start singing? Are you going to sing some more?
Yeah, I got booked to play a few festivals in England coming up, and I'm playing New York in January, and I'm hoping this summer to go do a bunch of shows, whether they're venues, whether they're opening for people, whether they're house concerts. That's the one thing during lockdown I didn't realize how much I missed, because I always considered myself a songwriter first, and I didn't realize how much I missed playing the Bluebird and the listening room and getting out there and telling the stories behind the songs and getting after the shows, getting to meet people who came in from Idaho to Nashville for the first time, people from all over the world, and getting to talk to them and having certain people come up and say, hey, Holy Water, Big and Rich got me through my divorce, or like Crazy for This Girl was our wedding song, or, stuff like that. It's I miss that. And I made it a point once the world reopened to not take that for granted and to try to get out there and start playing.
One more thing, I think the song "All the Light" would make a great wedding song, and I really hope people go see the video because there's a lot of smiling and a lot of hugging in that. And I think everybody needs a little bit of that just about any time.
Well, it's funny you say that. My friends Meredith and Mitch actually asked me to sing it at their wedding a month ago.
There you go.
So you are spot on. It is, it is a wedding song. I hope so. I mean, look, God, come on. If Tim McGraw or Kenny Chesney or anyone wants to sing that song, they would make me the happiest man in Nashville. But in lieu of that, we did a nice version that people seem to be enjoying.
They would do a great job, but they're not Jeff Cohen.
Uh,
I like the Jeff Cohen.
I don't know about that, but thanks.
Jeff, you have a great day and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You too. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. Thanks so much for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure.